Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So this is going to be the intro for all 12 zodiac signs for the 2020 yearly energy readings. So if you watch it in one video, then you can skip it on the other ones because it'll be exactly the same. But if you have not watched it and this is your first time watching it, please watch until the end of this intro because there's important information here. Basically, in these zodiac sign readings, I will be giving you the 2020 overall energy, like what you can expect this year, some blockages, some things to look forward to, and some advice. And then in the extended video over on my Vimeo channel, I'll be getting more into your specific love life in 2020. And that goes for those of you who are single and those of you who are in a relationship. And I'll also be giving you specific information about your finances and your career. So things that can be blocking your money, ways that you can make more money and things of that sort. And then I'll also be doing a healing message from spirit at the end of that extended video. So because I'm doing all 12 zodiac signs, I know that purchasing the extended videos can start to add up because people watch their sun, their moon, their rising, and their Venus sign. So that can rack up. So basically, I'll be giving you somewhat of a discount. You'll be able to purchase all 12 zodiac sign extended videos for $12.12. So basically, it's like each extended video will be a little bit over $1 if you buy it in bulk. So yeah, you still have the option of buying it separately. Like you can buy your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, separate if you want to, buy each one separately, but if you want to save a bit of money and if you want to be able to watch all 12 extended videos, then you can go ahead and purchase that for $12.12. So I will leave the link to that in the description box down below. So just wanted to give you guys that information. So yeah, we're going to now jump into your 2020 energy readings. I really hope that it is helpful and let's dive into it. Okay, Leo, welcome to your 2020 energy reading. So we're going to dive right into it. Your first two cards are the mature woman card and the morality card. Okay. So it looks like 2020 is a year that I'm getting the energy of just being extremely serious and focused. For a lot of you, you're just kind of fed up or sick of childish things is what I'm hearing. Like anything that has to do with like gossip, drama, wasting time, like anything that's childish, it looks like you are not wanting to focus on that at all in 2020. I feel like for a lot of you, your time has been eaten up by that sort of thing in the past. So now you're seeing that your time is too precious to waste on it. And you are just really focused on more serious things. Like you're wanting to grow up, get very focused. You're wanting to be around a more mature crowd as well, is what I'm hearing. Like people who are more focused on their future and people who are just into just more mature things, like people who have mature functional relationships, who have like career goals that they're setting, like people who are just really focused on the future and the positive aspects of life. I do see a lot of you getting advice from these types of people as well. So this may be the year that you may want to seek out some sort of mentor or some sort of advice or guidance from someone or from people who have already accomplish certain things that you want to accomplish. So for example, if you're wanting a healthy relationship in 2020, maybe you're going and speaking to someone who's been married for a very long time and getting relationship advice from them, or going online and looking up like married people giving advice. Because when it comes to finding a mentor or finding advice from people, you don't have to get it from them directly. Like there's so many people who share their stories and who share their experiences online. It's basically like you're talking to them one-on-one, except you're just researching their story online. So that's what I'm seeing here. I do see for a lot of you, this is a year of justice. So if there were any imbalances in your life, those imbalances are going to be made correct, or those wrongs are going to be righted. And that's going to go different for different people. Karma or karmic justice, or the justice card, it isn't always clear cut like people think. It's not always like, oh, you did something bad, so something bad's coming to you. You did something good, so something good is coming to you. This could be like there was an imbalance due to you focusing on certain things in the past, and now you're giving yourself justice by removing your attention and your focus off of those imbalanced activities. You see what I'm saying? So karma or karmic justice, it can get a little bit I don't know, the definition can get a little hazy because, like I said, it doesn't always have to be that the universe is coming in to bring you justice. It could very well be that you're giving yourself justice by choosing to walk away from certain things, by choosing to remove your energy from certain things. So that's what I'm seeing. Let me see what else. I do feel, or I do see that a lot of you will be greatly rewarded for this by the end of the year. You may not see results right away. Like it may feel or appear that you are putting in this work and trying to focus and go down the right path and you're not seeing any results. But by the end of this year, you're going to see results because this, excuse me, this morality card is about long-term results. It's not like something you're going to see overnight. Like you're not going to start eating healthy tonight and then tomorrow you feel a complete change in your body. It's going to be like you started today and you kept going in a very disciplined, strict manner, and then by the end of the year you see like major drastic changes that are going to be worth it, and those changes are going to last long term because they took a long time to implement into your life. Let me see what else here. I think that's it for those two cards. Yeah, I'm just getting a very serious energy. Some of you could be going back to school this year. It's just a lot of very focused energy. Like you just don't have time to play around. Like you don't want to play games at all this year, which I completely understand and I fully resonate with. All right. So the next two cards out are the healing card in the reverse and the community card. Ooh, okay. So this is a blockage that may be here in 2020. So with the community card being here, I'm getting two things. For some of you, it's saying that you need to surround yourself with a different type of people or a different group of people. For some of you, the group that you have been surrounding yourself with has been kind of hindering you. And I'm not saying you have to cut people off or you have to completely just cut ties. You'll know yourself if that's necessary, but sometimes it's just necessary to branch out and find different groups of people. You don't have to cut off your main group or the people who you're around most of the time. But like I said, sometimes it's very beneficial to basically broaden your horizons and introduce yourself to new groups. Like maybe you have a set group of friends that you hang with every day, and maybe you go and join some type of like business mixer, and now you have friends who you specifically hang out with when you're networking or when you're talking business ideas. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you have to cut the main one off, but it's okay to branch out and implement another one. This reminds me, the person that I'm getting in mind, which I don't know if some of you even know who she is or if you like her. Whether you do or don't, Jeannie Mai. If you pay attention to Jeannie Mai from the show The Real, from the daytime talk show The Real, she has a lot of different groups of friends, and you can tell that like she's close with them, but it's more of like, I'm not gonna say it's just business, but just pay, if you go on her channel, I think it's called Hello Hane with Jeannie Mai. She has a personal YouTube channel. She always has different groups of friends or people who are on her show, like guest appearances on her show. And it doesn't mean that like she doesn't have a main solid group that she's always around, but it's just like she branches out and she has different types of people that she networks with. So it's like she had one friend on there who is into fitness, and that friend came and talked to her about fitness, or talked to her audience about fitness. Then she had another friend who is helping to save people from sex trafficking. So Jeannie Mai is really involved in, you know, stopping sex trafficking, and she has that group of people that she networks with when she's working on that specific project. You see what I'm saying? It's like branching out and finding different groups. If you try to stay within the same group this year, it's like you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities and a lot of growth potential is what I'm seeing. Let me pull one more. I really want to clarify that community card. Let me just pull. Thoughts card. High honor. Okay, I'm hearing responsibility. This is a reoccurring theme for a lot of people. It looks like 2020 is a year that a lot of people are going to be having a lot more responsibility or taking more responsibility. So what I'm hearing for some of you is that when you branch out in order to network more or to meet more people, you're going to be the leader in some of these cases. Like you will be starting certain groups, like maybe starting a support group, starting a foundation, starting an organization. I'm seeing a lot of you having a leadership position in some of these groups that you're branching out into. And again, I do see that if you don't do that, it's like you're just going to be very stagnant this year, or it's like there's so much growth potential that I see that you will miss out on if you don't choose to branch out. Nothing terribly drastic is going to happen to you if you don't. Like, it's not like, oh, if you don't reach out you're going to lose everything. Like, no, it's not that. You're just pretty much going to stay kind of where you are. And for a lot of you, you are not comfortable where you are. Like, you're comfortable but in an uncomfortable way. You're comfortable because you've been in a certain spot for so long, but you're uncomfortable because you just know that there's more potential for you. Like, your soul is calling for you to expand. Your intuition is telling you you need to branch out more, you need to network more. So yeah, that's something that you need to take into consideration in this upcoming year. I do see a lot of fear here. Some of you could struggle with social anxiety, or you could struggle with just knowing how to speak to people, talk to people, meet new friends, meet new people. Some of you may have had the same group of friends for like years and years, and you just really don't know how to branch out and, make new ones. And that's perfectly normal. And that's just something that you're going to have to practice. And it's something that with repetition will become easier. But that's the only way to actually get better at it, is to step outside of your comfort zone and do it repeatedly, is what I'm seeing. And to push past those fearful thoughts. Some of you get very fearful, anxious thoughts like, what is this person thinking of me? Or you get very self-conscious when you do have to network and branch out. But again, this is just going to be it's just a matter of repetition and getting comfortable with it. There's really nothing that you can read or study that's going to help you with this. You really have to just do the work of stepping outside of your comfort zone, is what I'm seeing. But it's definitely going to be worth it, is what I'm seeing, because I see a lot of growth potential, for sure. Yeah, some of you are you're really wanting to be a leader in some way, or you have the potential to lead, is what I'm hearing. I'm getting like Nipsey Hussle energy. I know Nipsey Hussle was a Leo. I'm getting like that type of energy. Like, some of you really have the potential to be a great leader, to be a great leader in your community, especially. But the only thing that's holding you back is these like fearful thoughts, or these like just fears. Your fears of branching out, reaching out, having that responsibility is what's actually going to hold you back, is what I'm seeing. Okay, so the last two cards, we have the politics card and we have the message of concern card. With the politics card being here, I definitely see that a lot of you are going to be more blunt and upfront this year, especially with people who you feel like are not being honest with you. Let me pull one more. With people who are not being honest with you, I feel like you're going to be much more blunt, much more upfront, or you're going to be more willing to just kind of step away from people when they show their true colors. Like, this is the year that you may not give people as many chances as you have in the past. Like, once they show you who they are, you're kind of like, okay, no, I need to distance myself from you because, oops, I dropped my cards. Because you really are just not wanting to waste your time this year. You're really not wanting to waste your time or your energy. So I do see you being much more blunt, much more upfront. And okay, sorry about that. My cards fell and then my recorder randomly cut off. So yeah, some of you, I'm taking that as a sign that you are going to be more blunt this year, and maybe some people are not going to like it. They're not going to want you to speak up or to speak your truth. But I mean, honestly, that's their issue. That's their problem. Okay, but I'm hearing intuitively that you feel as though that's your problem too. So some of you, like I said, you're wanting to be more blunt and open and honest, but it's like you're trying to protect people's feelings, or you don't want to hurt people's feelings, which is understandable, because this could be like people who are closer to you, that you are not wanting to speak up or not wanting to say certain things because you don't want to rock the boat. But you may have to get past that this year, or you may get past that this year, like that feeling of not wanting to make people uncomfortable. Like, it's like this year you'll know when you really need to speak up. I'm not saying you're just going to be speaking up out of nowhere and just making people uncomfortable unnecessarily. It's like you'll know when it's time to speak up, because in the past there's been times that you should have spoken up that you didn't, and so now this year it's like you can't repeat that same thing. I think it's a specific, for some of you, it's a specific event in your past that you know that you should have spoken up on, or maybe you should have defended yourself, or you should have said something but you didn't. And so this year that type of energy may repeat and give you an opportunity for you to kind of stand up for yourself and to kind of right that wrong, or to do something different than what you did before. For some of you, I'm also hearing that this year you're learning how to speak less. Like, you're feeling as though you want to speak less and do more. Like, you're tired of explaining yourself. You're tired of having to speak about certain things. Like, now you want to just show action. And that can mean different things for different people. For some of you, it's like, all right, I'm tired of telling you that you keep on doing this certain thing and I'm going to cut you off. I'm just going to cut you off instead of repeating it. You see what I'm saying? Or it could be like, I'm tired of telling people that I'm about to, start really getting serious about my business. I'm about to just start doing it and just showing, and the proof is in the pudding. It's like that sort of thing. Let me pull one more. I'm picking up a lot of different messages from different people, so I hope the messages aren't confusing. Overall, though, I do really feel like a lot of you are just wanting real, genuine people around you, people who you can speak up and speak your truth, and they don't get all offended. Like, they sit and they hear you out and they can have a mature conversation with you. But then also you want people around you who will call you out too in a respectful way. Like, you don't want people who are going to be smiling in your face and then behind your back they're telling everyone else what you've been doing wrong. Like, you want people who will come to you like, hey, I didn't like this, or hey, maybe you should change this, but in a very respectful manner. You see what I'm saying? It's like that open, honest communication. It's very healthy. There's nothing like dysfunctional or like going behind each other's backs and things like that. Like, you're just tired of that type of energy is what I'm seeing. So yeah, you don't want those type of people around you. Let me pull one more. I know personally I can't stand that either. Like, if you're supposed to be my friend, you're supposed to be close to me, you better tell me when I'm messing up. Like, don't go and tell the whole world and not tell me. See what I'm saying? Like, that sort of immature type of thing. Like, you're trying to distance yourself from this upcoming year. Let me pull one more. Oh, okay, traveling card. Consciousness. Yeah, a lot of you are really, really heavily communicating exactly what's on your mind this year. And I see that very clearly with the traveling card. It's like a lot of swift, fast communication. Like, you see something that bothers you, you're calling it out immediately in a respectful way, of course. You're not biting your tongue anymore. It's like you're stepping away from that past version of you that may have been more of a people pleaser and like, oh, I don't want to say too much. But a lot of you also, like I said before, it's like action. Like, you're not even talking no more. Now you're just taking action, and the proof is going to be in the pudding instead of explaining yourself to people or instead of repeating yourself 20 times. With the consciousness card being here with the message of concern, this is outside energy. So this is the people who are going to be affecting you or impacting you this year. Like I said before, there may be people who have been around you that they don't really tell you to your face what you can improve on or what they have a problem with. They're very conflict avoidant. So they'll go and gossip about it or talk about it with the next person, but they don't come to you and say, hey, can I sit down and talk to you about this? Or you'll have no clue that this person even has an issue with you because they'll be in your face smiling, and you'll just have no idea that behind the scenes they are, oh, I have a problem with so-and-so. She does this all the time. He does this all the time. So I don't see this like being something that I'm predicting. I think you already know that you've had these types of people around you and you are just really not here for it. I'm not saying that this person or these people are bad people. For some of them, they are bad people and they need to be cut off. But for some of them, it's like people who are just really conflict avoidant, and like you need to go to them like, listen, you can't be doing that. You need to come to me and speak to me about whatever you have an issue with. You see what I'm saying? It's like it could be an opportunity for growth for you and also for them as well. But if they're not willing to change and grow in that way, then I see you just cutting ties in 2020, because you need people around you who are not doing that. Like, a lot of you are stepping into leadership positions in 2020, and if you look at great leaders, they don't have people around them that do shit like that. Like, they have people around them who come face to face and tell them things. Like when Nipsey Hussle was, leading his community and doing the things that he was doing, do you think he has people around him who don't come to him face to face and speak to him? Like, do you think he had people around him who are like going and talking behind his back, like, yeah, let me tell you about Nipsey? Like, no, like they're going to go to him, and like he had solid people around him, and that's what you're wanting, solid people, loyal people. And so some of you are either like confronting people and making it so that they are that way, like, listen, you need to come to me and talk to me about this, or you're just cutting ties with those people completely, is what I'm seeing. Because some of them are just not willing or ready to change. Like, those people who they have these habits and you can call them out on it, like, listen, stop doing that, stop doing this. And they'll keep doing it because they're not ready. Like, they're just not ready to change. They're not ready to see themselves for exactly who they are. They have subconscious programming that just, it overrides their logic. It overrides like their ability to do the right thing. So those are the type of people that you may have to leave behind, is what I'm seeing. But yeah, I am seeing that a lot of you are stepping into a leadership role this year, which you will be very excited and happy about. Excuse me, even though it can be a little bit intimidating, even though Some of you do have issues when it comes to social anxiety and things of that sort. That's something you're going to be overcoming this year. You know, challenges are the spice of life, right? Like if everything was easy and there were no challenges, then life would be just very dull. So that could be a challenge for you this upcoming year. So I hope that that was helpful. Thank you for watching, Leo. We're going to finish this over on my extended over on my Vimeo channel in the extended video. I'm going to be diving deep into your love messages, like what to expect in love, your finances, your career, and then we'll be talking about your spiritual or healing messages as well. I'll pull a card for that. So I'll leave the link to that in the description box down below. Thank you, and I will see you guys over on my Vimeo channel. Bye.